weekly podcast with Vera Flamenco. Tune in for your insight into a professional musician's life and awesome new music.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Musician Today podcast, where we love to bring you amazing talent all around the world, but also some of the local community and artists that I personally had the pleasure of working with. So today, I would like to welcome to our show my amazing boss, a very passionate instructor and creator and owner and director of the Mississauga Fine Arts Academy, Vadim Koltsov. So dear friends, today I'm so happy to share with you some of the people that I get to work with on a daily basis. And the Mississauga Fine Arts Academy was founded by Vadim, a musician with an uncontainable passion for teaching guitar and spreading joy to the world through his love of music. His love of music at early age was kind of ignited by his mother, who was a singer, and he watched her perform on stage and traveled with her to the concerts too. And later on, became a piano teacher and guitarist. So, oh my God, what am I saying? So later on, you played the piano and then eventually switched over to the guitar, which became your passion. So there were some difficult circumstances at war. And because of it, Vadim was forced to relocate to Moscow to complete his music education, where he studied double bass at the Tchaikovsky Conservatory. Onwards, a few years later, now we have an amazing music academy here in Toronto that was founded by Vadim and his family. And today there are nearly 30 highly qualified teachers at the Mississauga Fine Arts Academy alongside Vadim. And many of them have over 30 years of experience performing and teaching music. They are selflessly sharing the knowledge and experience with their music students, provide the highest quality musical education in the Peel region, helping them excel in their chosen musical paths. Our academy is truly a haven for music lovers and musicians, and we offer a number of instrumental lessons from electric to acoustic guitar, drums, piano, voice, violin, cello, bass, mandolin, ukulele, saxophone, clarinet, anything, you name it, we have it. So, through the love of music and the desire to change the world and help young generations succeed in their life, here we are today. Go ahead, check out Mississauga Fine Arts Academy on social media, on their website at MississaugaFineArtsAcademy.com, Facebook at /Mississauga Fine Arts Academy, Instagram at Mississauga Fine Arts Academy, and some of the videos on YouTube by looking up Mississauga Fine Arts Academy, our student recitals of teachers' concerts that have been a hit throughout this season. So, and thank you so much for coming over today. Vadim, how are you doing?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me. And thank you, Vera, for inviting me for your podcast. I've been watching.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah, well, I've been watching you doing this for quite a while, and I'm quite amazed with what you're doing. And I've been looking through some of your podcasts and all your conversations with the people, just amazing. And
thank you so much. I'm so happy.
So I'm grateful for you to invite me over.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
That's amazing. Well, I guess your story kind of speaks for itself. My first question was, what inspired you to open a music school, and what was your reasoning behind it? It must have been a difficult journey. I know how hard it is to launch a project. So what can you tell us about it a little bit more?
Yeah. Well, you know that I've been teaching for the Pianos Plus School of Music, which is it's the previous name of Mississauga Fine Arts Academy, for 15 years, and I've been a guitar instructor. So at the very beginning, it started with the very simple reason of, I just want to provide for my family, and then build a higher income, and nothing fancy. Very simple. It all started when I get into and stepped on that slippery way of becoming an entrepreneur, right? Yeah. And this is where it all started changing, and then all the shiftings were happening along the way. So then I quickly realized that the teaching music in the class is very different from running the business. And while I really had nothing on my, I had on my hands is passion for music, willingness to, push my limits, perseverance, and zero knowledge of running business of any kind. So and here I am sitting down in front of a computer and then thinking, what am I even doing, right? So I had no idea where to go, and then I had no idea how to start, where to start with. So with all the frustrations, sleepless nights, and anxiety that comes along with all this, I started to really looking for help and looking for coaching programs, and found amazing coaching programs for music schools, and then people, coaches, teachers that help me to move forward, and still do. That's the beginning of the journey to create and then build a Mississauga Fine Arts Academy. So that's what I started with, right? So my inspiration slowly were built on getting to know people, right? Getting to know myself, and in this journey, I found myself passionate about people, basically. And being in the class, it's like there was always something that was at the back of my mind, right? So that calling, that teaching in class, I always had that need on doing something more. What is this more? I had no idea, right? So no clue, zero, nada, right? But when I stepped out of the class, so I realized, okay, well, maybe this is something that I want to pursue myself in, and then just the next stage in my life, and then I've just turned it over, and then get into this creating mode of building a team, basically, right? Team of like-minded people, team of leaders, basically, who you are, guys, right? So I'm so grateful and so appreciative of working alongside such a wonderful.
I love working here too. That's the thing, yeah.
And as you said, it's been quite a journey, right? So it's been quite a journey. So what motivates me, it's of course, first of all, my family. I work alongside, and I'm inspired by creating the opportunity for others and helping others to get where they want to be. So that's the biggest, probably, right? So the deep inside, that's what I pursue in my life, and that's what I build all further plans on. So it's just, do I know where I'm going to be next year, tomorrow? I don't know. I'm just open for the opportunities. I'm open for whatever comes. And I'm really starting creating the learning attitude to everything. So I'm learning from you. I'm learning from students. I'm learning from parents. I'm learning. So everything is a learning experience. So despite all these challenges, despite all these difficult times, I'm really grateful for what happened. And so the Mississauga Fine Arts Academy become a Mississauga Fine Arts Academy back in 2017. So we just felt the need of doing changes and just to reflect on ever-changing world, right? So that everything changing, so that we wanted to be, the academy that provides the opportunity, the wide opportunity to build at what we call fundamental life skills through learning music. See,
yes.
So that's a big part, and that's a big inner feeling.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. So yes, I completely agree that I think people who achieve anything are the ones who have a constant learning mindset. So I've been playing violin for 25 years, but still my mind is like, wherever I go, I learn something new. I pick it up from other musicians or just explore it on my own. It's the same thing, I think, with building a business, is meeting people and learning from each other and just moving in the same direction together.
Absolutely, yes. In our case, we see how it all builds up, right? So that it's the life is unfolding in front of our eyes, right? So that it's just there's so many ups and downs, of course, right? But the rewarding point is, and this is where the satisfaction comes, and you know from teaching your students, is witnessing how it all changes. And as a human, we all action and then goal oriented action. But we forget about one very important thing. It's the process itself that we need to get into in order to get that result, right? And then being in the process, being present 100% and being there, that's the most important thing. And that's what I'm learning, actually, how to enjoy the process. The process is very, very important. So that it's like I said, so whatever comes along the way, right? So it's a process.
Mm-hmm. Great. Amazing. So we have been doing a lot of different things during the pandemic, and now we're all teaching online. And I really enjoyed doing the master classes as soon as that started for the past year. So what can you tell us more about the different things that we're doing to manage the pandemic and to keep providing the lessons for the students?
Yeah, well, again, it's back to what I just said. It's this process that we are all in together, right? Well, back in March, the first lockdown, everybody was like, oh my goodness, it's like, what's going to happen? Panicking, right? What we, and this is what I'm probably proud most of, is how quickly we made that transition, how quickly we adjusted to the situation. And we, you know, that we switched online during basically 1 week. So it took us 1 week, a lot of work, lots of stuff, lots of back and forth consultation. So that I had no idea how to deal with Zoom online lessons, and then Zoom itself as the software, right? So then the learning was on its, like, you know, as we would go into the pandemic, right? And then building that, switching quickly, transitioning, you know, helping our students, staying connected with our students during this time was absolutely vital. And the kudos to our front desk team, Michelle, Natalie, and we have now a new member, Zarin. So then they were doing a tremendous amount of work. So they were stayed connected with students and parents on a daily basis. It was so many calls were done, tons, hundreds and hundreds of calls as we were just as we were switching online, right? And as soon as we switched, so that I really felt that need to give something extra to our students, and that was important to. It was the time, and it is actually the time for giving. So then I always wanted to think, okay, well, there's something extra we have to do. We all isolated, distant, right? So then being in contact, communicating on a regular basis, it is absolutely important, and it's a must. And yes, we did came up with the free masterclasses series. We grouped them, as you know, learning series, that there was a singing series, then there was creative and jam series. So then, and I was amazed actually how many teachers jumped on the board and offered their services just like that, right? So just on a spot, so that we, again, so that back to front desk teamwork, they were doing, and just, I don't know, the huge job just to get this going, right? So because there's behind the scene, people don't see this, right?
Yeah.
But the amount of work, the amount of time, the amount of efforts that we put into this was just tremendous. And along with the master classes, we had running a couple of teachers projects, which specifically were designed and created to inspire and motivate our students for practicing. And then just to be in constant connection with the community. So we wanted to tell people that we're here. We're here for you guys. So then the life is going on. With the world changing, the life is not stopping, right? I'm so proud of our big, huge project, Heal the World Son. So many teachers, it's a teacher project, so people jump on board. You yourself, right? So then violence, so that we can people can see probably in the links below.
We will play that too. We'll play that in the show.
Excellent. And that was a lot of eye-opening and aha moments along with this. Well, when you quickly realize that you're not alone, being separated, being distant, being isolated, I felt personally that we need united and connected more than ever. And that's a huge self realization. So we're not alone. One cannot win the game. It is the teamwork, and we all in this together. I feel like I really felt that we all in this, and then this is the teamwork that we are all doing. And I'm so proud of each and every teacher and the student and parent and front desk team. I'm just so grateful and appreciative of everybody. So, and then to mention just a few, so remember the teachers virtual
concert, yes.
Which we're supposed to, we planned it for
a live performance,
center. Everything was settled, everything was just about to go. We were running the campaign and then selling tickets already, remember? And then it all stopped. So then and I thought, well, yes, we are all locked in a lockdown. We are closed, we are isolated, but it doesn't stop us from playing for you guys, right? From performing. And we took time. So we put the virtual faculty concert, which was absolutely amazing. That was a hit. And then followed by, there was a small project, students project, where they sent all Canada, remember? Fire. That was awesome, amazing. And then we have the teacher who took care of this, Michelle, so that she was just amazing putting it all together. I mean, it's just like I always said. So this is what the number of steps that we've done towards staying connected and then towards communicating to our students, clients, were absolutely a must, and I see the results and see how it goes. It process that when you sometimes you see that, okay, well, nothing's happening, right? And it's like, you put so much work into this, right? You put so much effort, but nothing's happening. I mean, it reminds me, it reminds me of this famous story of the analogy of life of a bamboo tree. I don't know if you ever heard of this. For those who haven't, when you plant the bamboo tree, this is a very unique plant. When you plant the seed, you just have to water it and fertilize it and water it and fertilize it. This is where weird things are starting. So you have to do this. Nothing is happening, right? So for 5 years, it doesn't grow. It just stays in there in the ground and the dirt, and it doesn't grow. So in 5 years, when it breaks through the ground, it grows just in I think it's just 6 weeks, 80 foot. So, and it grows tall and strong. So that means that, well, something didn't, even if you don't see anything on the ground, on the surface, it doesn't mean that nothing is happening. So that something deep inside, there's the roots are growing strong in the ground, and when it comes up, it won't fall, right? So that you become stronger, become more resilient. And this is what I just see this as really, this is what's happening. We water it and fertilize it, so that we plant the seeds that grow forever. And that's part of our mission, right, as a school. Yeah. So, and well, talking more about the what we've done during the pandemic, right? So there was with two great, awesome virtual students performances that we had, and I'm so proud of the number of students attended is just amazing. It's just students for each recital that we've done. So that in summertime and winter as well. So. Practice champ content. So there's something that we're looking into as well, and we think there's something that I'm not just going to reveal details, but then there's something very exciting is coming.
It's coming.
Practice champ. So then musical ladder, and on.
Yes.
There's a huge list, right? So then it's just all is done to really be on our student side, if you will, and then as a team of like-minded people, as I mentioned, we are in a so great place to deliver online classes or in-person classes. Doesn't matter. So then what's important is to stay connected and being united all the time.
Yes, I absolutely agree. What can you tell us a bit more about the musical ladder and the ways that we reward our students and keep them motivated throughout their lessons so they continue?
Yeah. Well, the musical ladder is it's a unique system that we use in school, as you know, and we are the only school in Mississauga as of now that we use the system. It is an international system that's been used in US and Canada, and we're part of this program. It is a motivational and inspirational tool for our students to keep going and to motivate them for practicing. Now, the great thing about the musical ladder system is it is not curriculum based. So we believe that each and every student are unique and special, and they all develop and grow in different ways at a different pace. We wanted to celebrate and show appreciation for every student's smallest success. So what we do with the musical ladder system, despite being motivational and inspirational tool, we actually celebrate as small as success that our students do. And that's the great thing, is it is recognition for it just helps students to, there's something tangible, right, that they can touch and see, right? So that we have belts in karate, right? So that we have some trophies in sports, but there's nothing in music, not much. Right? So there's not much of this. So we thought, well, look, this is something that we really, really want to implement. And we've been doing this and we're using this system for back in 2016, actually. So we started in summertime. It's been 5 years almost, right? Mm-hmm. Successfully. And we see how students start practicing. They start, going forward, and then staying on track. It helps actually teachers to stay on track and students. At the end of the day, it is all about setting the goals and moving towards the goal, right? So then we have, as the system goes, right? So that, as you know, that we have every 3 months. We test, there's a test for students, and upon passing the test, students receive, wristbands that comes with the certificate, and at some milestones, they receive trophies, and then it's with their name on it. It's very individually made for them. So it is. It's been awesome ever since we started using the musical ladder system. And well, again, so then, as I mentioned before, so the practice champs wristbands that we've used, and we did this content back in spring last year. And we kind of like to expand this program and then have even more motivational tools specifically for practicing, which is, many students find that lack of, motivation. And they're like, what do we do? Yes, of course, the music is the main thing. And then we can't, I'm not talking about replacing the music with some tangible, because this is the most important, of course. But at the same time, there's something that we want to give, and then we really, really want to celebrate and award our students with the something tangible. So.
Yes, that makes absolute sense. And I have been finding it helpful too. So having a system that allows the students to reach that milestone and see the change that we have made in the past 3 months, it's really helpful. And it doesn't matter what we're working on. It could be an exam preparation. It could just be a piece they like. We're playing for fun. It still feels like we have moved along. And I just like to say myself that having been a part of the Mississauga Fine Arts Academy for the past 3 years now, I feel like this is one of the friendliest communities I have ever been in. And I have taught at like maybe 5 or 6 different schools. So it's amazing to be a part of it. It's amazing to be working with people who see opportunity in every situation instead of, so during this COVID lockdown, I found there were 2 things happening, mainly 2 things. Either people got very sad and they don't do anything, they stay home and they cry in their pillow, or they start taking action, sometimes too much action. I was one of those 2. In the first week, I was like, oh, I have to do everything. I have to do more live streams. I have to do more podcasts. I have to do more everything. And then I found myself, I'm burnt out a bit. So eventually I feel like the pace works out. So we learn to steady ourselves a bit more and sort of trust the process. Like what you said, trusting the process. I think it's the most important thing in today's world for everyone, is to learn to trust your process, set realistic goals, and achieve only as much as you want to achieve. And other things will come with time.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I'm with you on this, and I really feel you when you say that you felt overwhelmed and burned out. And like you said, some people find themselves paralyzed, analysis paralysis.
Yes.
Some are doing a lot of stuff, and then including myself. So then, like, I felt like I worked so much. I have never worked, ever in my life. As much as I worked during this closures, during all this lockdowns, right? And I do really feel the need of slowing down. Yes. And because in either case, it is our defensive reaction on what's happening. You see what I'm saying? So this is how we are human. We sort of defend ourselves and then keep ourselves off the what is going on, what's surrounding us, and then trusting the life, trusting the process. It is the most important thing, of course, but we don't realize it until we sit down, slow down, and then just stop and think, and then allow the things to come, right? Because in most cases we don't allow this to come because we are either too busy doing something, or we are paralyzed in our thoughts, and this is where we stop. So it is the ability probably to let things go and just watch the life unfolding in front of you. So it's letting go. There's practice of not doing, right?
Yes, that's true. I find it too with me, whenever I plan something out, whether it be a student project or my own project, when I think too hard about it, it's not moving along. It's like that bamboo, right? When I let it go, after all the preparations have been done, try to let it go and do something else, that's when I see results. That's when I get people calling me and messaging me saying how much they loved it. So that's definitely a rule that just works every time. Okay, moving things along. I wonder if you would be up for a little rapid fire game, and maybe there's a prize.
Yeah, well, I'm ready for that.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, if you've heard my other podcasts, then you know what we do is we have a countdown that gives you 60 seconds, 1 minute to answer 10 simple questions. It could be about you, about your music, It could be anything very general, but our goal is to pack it in under 1 minute. Speaking of not rushing and relaxing things, we're going to try to answer all 10 questions in under a minute.
Okay.
So I have a countdown running here. You might not hear it, but the audience will. So we are counting 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to read the first question. Are you ready? Let's do this.
Let's do it.
2, 1. What was your most memorable performance?
Oh boy. Back in music college, I played double bass in local library when I messed up several times, and I still remember this.
Nice. At what age did you pick up your first instrument?
5 years old, my mom put me into piano classes. It didn't go well, so I later on.
How many instruments do you own at home?
Oh boy. I have three guitars, one double bass. There's a drum set. My son is playing it.
Okay. Guitar. Do you prefer acoustic or electric?
I am considered to be classically trained. I'm a classical guitarist, but I like electric guitar, of course.
Perfect. What motivates you, in short?
People.
All right. Which YouTuber do you watch? We're out of
time. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. No worries. We can still finish the question. So if you want to expand, that's fine. So do you have a YouTuber that you enjoy watching? Or a channel that's, I don't know.
Well, I have some channels that I subscribe for. I'm so much into self-development, and I do like to watch motivational videos and inspirational stuff, along with some, specifically music channels, speakers. I like to watch. I don't have much time for that, but I do spend some time on watching and going through, and then I do have some channels that I'm subscribed for.
That's great. I watch ASMR every night. It's so relaxing. I'm like addicted to it. So
I like TDX.
Yeah. Great. Yes. Those are great. Some of the best speakers. Mark Wood was on us, and he was on our show. Some of your favorite songs that you'd like to cover. Name 3.
Favorite songs. There's not. There's a lot. There's a lot. I'm more considered to be an instrumentalist, so I do like instrumental music, and I can give you several names. And as a guitarist, so then I do listen Weird Now a lot. Then Chuck Loeb. That's my 2 favorite guitarists from the world of jazz and then fusion guitars. And I do listen to John Williams as a classical guitarist. So then there are a number of musicians that I'm really into, and I do like vocal, of course, and but my thing is more into instrumental.
Yeah. So that's great. Name 3 people that you admire.
Three people.
Anyone that inspired you? Anyone that, you know?
Yeah. No, I Einstein.
All right.
Albert Einstein.
All right.
Esther Hicks. So she's it's the Abraham teaching. And
that's great. Yes, I love her.
Love it. Yeah. And Dalai Lama.
That's great. Short question, dogs or cats? If you had a pet.
Dogs.
Dogs, all right. Name 3 artists that you follow on social media that you enjoy. Could be someone you know in person.
Just recently discovered this girl from Sweden. I don't know, Jonna Jensen.
Oh my God, I love her. Yes.
I know. She is so inspirational, and I like I said, I just recently discovered, just accidentally, I just came across some videos of hers, and
it's so peaceful, the nature and the music she makes, and she paints herself too.
Yeah, well, I know, yeah, and then the way she doesn't. I was talking to my wife the other day, and I was thinking of the number of subscribers she has, right? Mm-hmm. And it's been the number. I believe it's getting to 3 million.
Something like that, yeah.
It's like 2 million 60. I don't know. For the quite a short period of time, right? And the people who subscribe, the number of the people, so because I was amazed by the number. And there are some channels that I'm subscribed for. There's some teachers. I'm not gonna call names. They have like 800 subscribers. They're doing a lot of work. They're teaching people. They're walking them through the processes. So then they have schools all across the world. Mm-hmm. But this girl, right? So then she doesn't teach anything. She just shows
her passion.
Her passion. It shares her passion, shares her thoughts. And I'm reading those comments, how many people get motivated and inspired that. So that it reminds me, the famous saying of Dao De Jing saying Lao Tzu, when he said, those who talk don't know, those who know don't talk, right? It's just, I was like, how is this possible? I don't know. I have to, put it through my mind. And but this is it fascinates me that she has actually teaching without teaching.
Yes.
And she's leading without leading. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah, I love that channel. It also reminds me how you don't have to do a lot. You just have to be genuine and true to yourself. And I like to say things like, in terms of music, that music is not mostly about playing. 90% of it is about listening. So when you're listening, when you're keeping quiet and attuning to your inner core, you can actually hear the universe speak to you through different things. It could be anyone, it could be people, it could be the sounds of the birds, it could be whatever, the vibrations of our earth. Yeah, so it's everything.
Music is everywhere.
Yes.
And if you remember, she's doing recording of ice.
Yes. Oh my God, that's my favorite video. I want to do that. I'm going to go to Guelph and do it.
This is where the music, and then speaking of music, right? So
yes.
It's the sound itself that produced by the nature, and then it's all over us. Because playing musical instrument, it is the human creation, right? So as a human, it is our creation. We did this, right? I take guitar in my hands and I produce the tone, the sound. And we all know all the benefits of learning music, developing creative mind, creative thinking. There's a lot of health benefits, as any musical instrument produces the vibration, vibes. And the music actually is the only thing that the whole entire body responds to. Every cell, and when you, speaking of listening, right? So then you said, well, listening is and that's what when we listen to the music, the whole entire body responds to it.
Yes.
Every single cell. And this is amazing. That's
it's power. It has a power to change things. Yeah.
Super powerful. Yeah, absolutely.
So this is the end of our game. Thank you for playing. And I know we didn't get through all the time, but as someone who answered all the questions so thoroughly, you get a prize. You get to win one of my signed CDs, and I'm happy for you to have it. I think there's quite a few at the school. You can just go ahead and grab one.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, when we going to back to in person, right? So that we're still in lockdown, so we still, and we really wanted to reopen as soon as we are. Then you're absolutely welcome.
And you can grab one and look.
Absolutely. All here available for you.
Very good. Thank you so much, Vadim, for being on the show. I feel like we've all got a little bit more insight into what it takes to run a business during this interesting time. Speaking of which, what would be your big advice, sort of to close off, to sum up, what would be your big advice to young entrepreneurs, business owners, teachers, and educators during this time? What do you think they could be doing to be more functional, to be more open?
Yeah. I'd say that first of all, we're all in this together, right? The same wind blows to everyone. The famous Jim Rohn saying, right? And be open for whatever comes. I know a lot of businesses are still struggling, and I do feel for a lot of businesses that are really in a bad place right now. Don't stuck in where you are. Let the things happen as it comes. The life is not happening to us. The life is happening for us. And focus on attracting something that you really, really, really want, and it'll come. So for some people, maybe this is speaking of opportunity. In any difficult times, there is an opportunity. Maybe it is an opportunity for you to change your life completely and to start a new business. Maybe it is the time for pivoting. I think the most vital skill and is being able to adjust without resisting to what's happening. Be open, what's happening, and stay on track. And everything will just fall in place, and then you'll be calm. So then, because it really doesn't serve us when we start panicking and then going over above and beyond what's happening. Just stop and think, and everything will fall in place.
Very good. Thank you so much. I completely agree with that. And I feel calmer already. So guys, go ahead, sign up for lessons. We are fully functional, even though we're only online, but MissSagaFineArtsAcademy.com. Go to the website, check out the initiatives and opportunities we have right now. Go to Facebook, check out some of the posts. I think this podcast will be reposted. So we're going to reshare everything. Yes. So you get to hear the whole replay with the video. So Facebook, /Mississauga Fine Arts Academy. Go follow us on Instagram at Mississauga Fine Arts Academy. And on YouTube, speaking of which, I really would like to feature and show the project that we did on Heal the World with all the other teachers from the school. So I'm going to share it here in this window. Bear with me, guys. I only learned how to live stream from Zoom last night. Speaking of learning and being open to opportunities.
Great.
So here we go. I will close our show with that. So we will just let the track play to the end. Thank you so much once again for being here. I really enjoyed it. And I know that everyone who's listening has really resonated with your message. So we will see you guys soon, maybe next week, maybe the following week. I don't know yet, but I'm sure it's going to be an amazing episode with another amazing guest. So thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you, Vera, for having me.
All right.
Make the world a better place. He cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel fear or dread. We stop existing and start living. Feels that always love's enough for us growing.